Alright, select plink. Using the select button as the second input to a plink because Street Fighter 4 thinks select is the lowest priority button despite it not being an attack. You can use it to duplicate any other button press, including light punch, which has the lowest priority of all attacks and normally cannot be plinked. People who want to use this technique will need to modify the internal wiring of their stick. If you map the select button to one of your unused attack buttons on the face of the stick, it will be a lot easier or press during your plink. A button that's not even supposed to be used as an attack can be used to plink. Mother lovers out here changing the inside of their stick but hitbox cheating when people complain about the DI button. I can't believe this, bro. Like, it's insane, bro. I'm glad you said that, bro. People put up a whole argument about hitbox, this all button controller, how cheating it is. But back in the day, mother lovers was changing the internal facing on they stick just to do combos. But y'all call this cheating? They talk about the old ways like they was playing with honor and went uphill both ways to tournaments. You said repeat that pop off, my screen was muted. Fighting game terms that fly over your head. I've been playing fighting games for I don't know how long. Until this day, I do not know all the terms. I've actually been roasted for mixing terms up that don't mean what I thought it meant. So you know what, today's video, let's go ahead and take a look at the fighting game glossary and see exactly what I'm missing. So here we have the fighting game glossary by Infield. There's a glossary for like each game. For Super Smash Brothers, 95 terms. Street Fighter got 49. Tekken with 43, and it goes on. What? I guess we'll pretty much start from the top. Okay, there's a video on each one also, so that's pretty good. So Alpha Counter, a technique in the Street Fighter Alpha series that lets you attack while blocking. The input differs depending on the game, including a wacky 4-1-2 motion in the earlier titles to a more natural forward plus PK in Alpha 3. Your character will spin some super meter and perform a predetermined attack out of block stun, usually knocking the opponent down and creating some space. And they provide us with a video. This is definitely my first time seeing this because my first Street Fighter is 5. So I don't know nothing about this, but I could see where it's similar to V Reversal and every other title that was said in that description. Crouch Cancel Infinite, a famous game-defining bug in Street Fighter Alpha 3 that lets some characters in Vism perform an infinite combo after landing a certain type of custom combo. You can continuously juggle the opponent with air normals until they dead, perhaps more likely until time ran out. The trick is that you need to land from your air normal while holding down, crouching in order to trick the game into keeping the combo alive. You see? Situations like this is why I don't want to go back and play old games. Who would want to be put in this? Who wants to get put in this? This is a no-brainer for me. This is why I refuse to go back to this. You said, bro, nobody knows how to do these in it? Bro, nah. There's a set amount of players that still know how to do this. I refuse to believe that this has gone over legacy players' heads. Look at this poor Rose. Just don't know what to do. Wait, what in the world? Wait, hold on. What is Coward Copter? Using the air version of a Shoto's normal or EX Tatsu to escape being cornered. Flying safely back to the middle of the screen. This tends to work better in older games where they let air Tatsu have a lot of horizontal momentum if you perform the move immediately after jumping forward. Air Tatsu's properties are different in many modern games though, since they realize it allows people to escape the corner too easily. The name comes from players looking for an easy way out of the corner and how air Tatsu's animations resemble a helicopter propeller. Oh, wow. Okay, all right. That's okay. All right. So I pretty much just needed a visual. People do this nowadays. The Daipon Loop, an advanced combo for Yun in Street Fighter 3. While in Ginyu Jin, Yun rapidly performs several heavy punch attacks or Denpai in a row, each of them carried from a standing medium punch in order to keep Yun moving forward. The rest of this pretty much says this loop requires a lot of execution. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! All right, so we have Deed OS, an option select made famous in Third Strike. Okay, hold on. So before I finish reading this, do most of these fighting game terms, did they originate from Third Strike? Because it seemed like everyone that I don't know, it says Third Strike. An option select made famous in Third Strike, where a super only comes out if you build enough meter on the preceding attack. In Third Strike, in most fighting games, attacks that hit will earn more super meter than attacks that are blocked. Let's leverage this effect to do something cool. Wait, what's going on? Am I missing something? Telling you Street Fighter, baby. Well, excuse me for not knowing the origin of Street Fighter, Uncle Furby. 4-finger tech. All right, this sounds new. It's just the games got easy. Oh yeah, absolutely. And Street Fighter 6 is going to be a little bit more easier for newer players to get in. Yeah, they definitely making Street Fighter more new player friendly. All right, so 4-finger tech. A close range defensive technique in Street Fighter 4 where you would press 4 buttons, namely light punch, light kick, medium punch, medium kick, and then input backdash quickly afterwards. This was a powerful option select which overlaps the command for a throw tech, light punch, light kick, with a focus attack, medium punch, medium kick. If the opponent tried to throw you, you would tech the throw. If they tried to attack you, instead the focus attack would come out and you would absorb the hit and immediately use your invincible backdash to get to safety. In many matchups, this was a powerful catch all defense option that requires some real steady or a strong read to defeat. First time hearing about this, absolutely. Wait, no video on it? People 4-button tech in Street Fighter 4 and use the select button as an extra input. Hello, huh? Excuse me? That kind of went over my head just now. So you mean to tell me you can press 4 buttons, then use another button to be extra cheating? Alright, Keeper Jin, an advanced combo from Yun in Third Strike, once again, named after Japanese player Keeper. While in Yun rapidly switches between crouching medium kick and standing heavy punch that has been carried from a standing medium punch. This combo requires very precise timing and spacing, but does quite a bit of damage and can lead to further mix-ups. All those cancels? All those is cancels? So basically, y'all want me to go back and play Third Strike to see if I could execute the combos that this game come with. Is that what I'm getting at? But with the way Street Fighter is slowly becoming easier and easier, do these techniques still matter? Magic Series. Canceling normals into each other is ascending order from light to medium to heavy. The odd Street Fighter title will have this as a universal system feature like Street Fighter Alpha 1 and Street Fighter Cross Tekken, also called Boost Chains. Yeah, prevalent in Marvel vs. Capcom, while combining light to medium to heavy shows up very often in pretty much every character's B&B combo. So most fighting game terms nowadays result to Gatling, target combo. Okay, alright, so a string of buttons basically. See, this is actually the one that I really wanted to come across because somebody said Mexican DP one day and I was just like, what in the world are you saying to me? But it's an old school slang for a normal that looks like Ryu's crouching heavy punch, a giant upward swing of the fist. It's not as powerful as a regular uppercut, but it can be easier to perform and still anti-air pretty effective. Oh, so that's what they call a Mexican uppercut? Really? I thought it was something a little bit more than that. Paint the fence? Alright. The name of a specific M Bison combo in Capcom vs SNK 2, Bison would activate a groove, the game's custom combo mode, and quickly take you to the corner before performing loot, cycle, vanish, special moves until your health bar just melts. The reason for the combo's name becomes pretty apparent once you see a video of it in action, which I've conveniently provided for you below. Oh, what in the world is Bison doing, bro? Oh, what is Bison doing, dog? Plink. Oh my God, Plink. This is what I want to know about. Plink. All these Street Fighter 4 vets, the veterans, they be talking about plinking. This is what I want to know right here. This is what I want to get down to the nitty gritty on. All right. Plinking, an input trick where you press 2 different buttons on 2 consecutive frames. If you use an arcade stick, the best way to do this is to drum 2 different fingers across the 2 buttons extremely quickly. This technique was especially common in Street Fighter 4, or the buttons you would pick would descend in strength. For example, heavy punch then medium punch, a quirk in Street Fighter 4 inputs handling system will treat these 2 separate button presses as the same button. That is, the second input will copy the first. Giving you the same button on 2 consecutive frames was a very important way to double your chances at hitting your 1 frame link. And it became a near mandatory skill to learn to improve past the beginner ranks in Street Fighter 4. You could even use the select button to do this. Plink is pronounced as 1 syllable, but it is a short for priority link or plink, since it makes use of how Street Fighter 4 prioritizes your button presses when they are exactly 1 frame apart, while the term originated in Street Fighter 4 is now the common phrase for this type of input across several other games. You'll use it for techniques like FD canceling and Guilty Gear, and it even finds its way into the name of other important mechanics like plink dashing in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So basically you're pianoing, but you're doing it way quicker. Whatever button you start with, the second, it still kind of confuses me. So if I do medium punch, light punch, it's the light punch that's taking priority? Do you think there'll be another Street Fighter 6 beta? I hope so. Even if they don't drop all the characters, I hope they do give us another one. If using plink, 1 frame combos becomes 2 frames. Alright, roll cancel. A famous game-defined bug in Capcom vs. SNK 2 that allowed all special moves to be strike invincible, and in some cases fully invincible. Excuse me? So you mean to tell me if a move or special move didn't have those frames, it gains those frames? Is that Yori? Just a color change? Yeah, I was expecting I was expecting a red hell. He gets plus frames, electricity, invincible. The more y'all tell me these terms, the more I realize old games was completely broken. You have to do it before the roll comes out. This said, Street Fighter 4 was so great, I love getting Vortex into debt and not being able to play. Alright, so run, stop, fears. Alright, so just from reading the first sentence, this is pretty much something that's dedicated to El Forte. I see Tay doing these a lot. Yeah, Tay stayed doing these. Whew, boy. Alright, select plink. Using the select button as the second input to a plink because Street Fighter 4 thinks select is the lowest priority button despite it not being an attack. You can use it to duplicate any other button press, including light punch, which has the lowest priority of all the attacks and normally cannot be plinked. People who want to use this technique will need to modify the internal wiring of their stick. If you map the select button to one of your unused attack buttons on the face of the stick, it will be a lot easier or press during your plink. A button that's not even supposed to be used as an attack can be used to plink. Mother lovers out here changing the inside of their stick, but hitbox cheating when people complain about the DI button. Man, bro, like this is really driving me. Like, I can't believe this, bro. Like, it's insane, bro. And Wolf, no, not Wolf, KIC, I'm glad you said that, bro. People put up a whole argument about hitbox. People put up a whole argument about this device, this all button controller, how cheating it is. But back in the day, mother lovers was changing the internal facing on they stick just to do combos? Is that what I'm getting at? What y'all call this cheating? A hitbox? Oh, bro. People being selective. They talk about the old ways like they was playing with honor and went uphill both ways to tournaments. New school fighting games, hitbox is so good. He said, repeat that pop off, my screen was muted. An unblockable attack in Street Fighter Alpha 2 discovered by and named after American fighting game legend Alex Valle. Uncle Valle is a legend like that? Why these rounds look like they used to go so quick? King block is cheap? Whoever activates first loses in neutral. Imagine if you activated V-Trigger and you saw the opponent standing, your low was unblockable because of the freeze frame, right? Shout outs to Uncle Valle. I didn't know he was in the glossary for that. It's fun watching you find this out for the... Bruh, this is like all new to me, bro. I'm not even lying. Yeah, Street Fighter 5 is my first serious one, so anything that y'all know about from 4 on back, I know nothing about. This was actually fun, and the fact that they had videos to apply to each turn made it even better. So after reading it, you was able to get a visual look on what they talking about. So this is a pretty good in-depth glossary, and I actually really enjoyed this. Shout outs to Infill, you doing your thing on this. He actually updated it as games come out too, so that means he's going to update it again with the rush mechanic in Street Fighter 6, because I wasn't expecting him to have the V shift, the V break, and all that on here. So definitely expect some Street Fighter 6 terms being added. Once again, if you made it to this part of the video, it's obvious you enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, let me know what you think. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We are on the road to 100K. That is the ultimate goal that a young whippersnapper like me is actually trying to reach. And of course, I cannot get there without the help of y'all. Truly do appreciate y'all who are supporting the growth. And catch you guys in the next one.